The new game mode is here. Let's begin. Last week we got the Soul Emissary event. This was a small event that was based around Ripper's S tier skin Soul Emissary, where we had a new pet and we had a new furniture piece. If you owned the Ripper S tier skin Soul Emissary, you would get a discount purchasing either one of the two pieces that you could get that were new. The new furniture piece that is of course the Soul Emissary massive statue, or the new pet that is like a purple sheep called Baphomet. It is meant to be a survivor pet for everyone, and it's a pretty fancy one indeed. It has a lot of different animations. It's very fluffy, very purple, and very cute. Although, as we've already mentioned, it doesn't really look like it actually has anything to do with Soul Emissary. If you purchased one of these two different items, you would get a dynamic portrait and you would also get a normal portrait frame. You could also get these through the event by completing different types of event missions as well, but you would get it instantly for free if you purchased one of the two. They also brought back the S tier skin for Ripper for you to purchase if you wanted to purchase that as well. Another event that we got last week was the beginning of the Orfeo's game event. This didn't bring along the new game mode, but it did bring along a little event to go with it. It had a story event with some interesting storyline implications. Not really sure if it's meant to be people are talking about it being an alternate version of the main storyline, or if it's actually meant to be part of the main storyline. Either way, by logging in daily, you could get portraits, portrait frames, interactive furniture that brought along the weird checkers game mode that you can play with your friends, an accessory, and more rewards. I must say this event brought along a lot of stuff. If you complete the story event, you could receive Novelist's B tier skin costume, Orfeo. That's not too bad. They added a new 1,500 day login reward, so if you've logged in for 1,500 days, that's a lot of days, you would get, I think, 888 different inspirations and clues and stuff like that, and a nice kind of animated, I think, portrait frame. In the store, they brought back tons of skins. They brought back the skins for the previous voting event, bonus costumes including Ripper's Count Banquet and Mercenary's Cheshire Cat skin. They brought back, of course, we already talked about this, Ripper's Soul Emissary skin and the accessory that goes along with it. That's like the black scythe. I've forgotten what it's called. They returned tons of once skins, also returned. So if you wanted to get some of those fancy once skins that we've already had in the past, you can get those too. And quite a few Ivory Tower skins also returned to the store. As for some adjustments they added last week, Wax Artist's passive effect, when he gets stunned, he covers everybody around him in 25% wax, I believe, will now activate after he's been stunned by a flashlight or by a high-powered flashlight, I believe is the one that Thief puts on the ground. They added a new setting to disable the adjust the graphics quality when FPS is low notification. This has been a bit of a buggy notification. It just pops up even when your FPS isn't too low. The game itself, not very optimized at the moment. It feels like it's crashing and having issues a lot, but now you can actually just turn off that notification if it annoys you. And they also improved Nightwatch's normal attack performance visual. What can we expect this week? Well, this week we've got a decent amount of content coming out. The first thing that we're getting that you guys will probably be most excited for is Season 25 Essence 3. This is going to bring along the really fancy S tier skin for Dream Witch called Messenger. She has legs in this skin. It's also bringing along the A tier skin for Entomologist called Professor of Zoology and Botany. That's a really long name for a skin. And it's also bringing the A tier skin for Prospector called Mining Director. Not a lot of people are big fans of this one, but it does feel like this skin is more accurate to what he would probably look like in real life. I expect we'll also be getting B tiers for Doctor, Thief, Hellember, Lawyer, Gardener, and it looks like it might be Mad Eyes. I'm not really sure. Some others of you might not be that excited for the Season 25 Essence 3 at all. You might be more excited for the new package coming out. At least I believe it's coming out as a package. You'll probably also be able to purchase these individually, but you'll be able to get Little Girl's S tier skin in the store that is called Eurydice or Eurydice. I don't remember how you pronounce it. I know how you do it in Spanish, not in English. And A tier accessory that's Melody. This accessory is really nice. When you drop a page, it becomes a clock. There are like some clock effects, some magic effects when you teleport. It's a really good accessory. I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about it. Another thing that we should be getting this week is the Orfeo's game mode properly available. Now that we've had the story event, of course it was leading up to the game mode being released, we've had a little bit more information about what the game mode is going to look like. It is quite confusing. There's a lot of text options that you have to choose from, a lot of discussion that you have to have in the game mode. I'm worried that it's going to be a little too difficult for most people to play, or that most people will just shun away from it just due to its difficulty in the first place. But it's going to be based on Mafia as far as I can tell, and I just wanted to give you guys a basic description of how the Mafia game mode works, and it will probably not be exactly the same as that, but it's going to be based off of this, so there are going to be some similarities. So Mafia is played in night cycles and day cycles. In night cycles, Mafia members eliminate or kill townspeople while everyone's eyes are closed. In day cycles, players accuse and eliminate people they think might be part of the Mafia. Accused players are allowed to give defenses and votes take place. There are certain characters such as police officers that can accuse people, I believe. There's also someone who can protect characters during the night. I am worried from that video that there's just too much text, and I'm very unsure why NetEase chose something that is so confusing to do. On March 30th, that is the patch update, we'll also be getting 10 free memory spheres for everyone. All you have to do is just log in and you'll get those 10 memory spheres. How about some rumors and stuff for the future? We've had a better look at what Mad Eye's one skin looks like in the game. It's called Measurer, and it does look a lot more like Mad Eye's than the original art did. I am thinking of doing his cosplay for like Halloween or something, because he does look similar to me in some ways. We also got another better look at Prisoner's Ivory Tower skin called Eccentric. It's just a B tier prisoner skin, nothing really that different than the normal skin. And we've also had some rumors, or I guess some leaks, that come from IDV Curiosity on Twitter, saying that the coming Angel of Death crossover will have a skin for Lawyer, and it's going to be for the character Abraham Gray. According to the wiki, in the anime is the Floor Guardian of Floor B2. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be excited about this. It's nice to see that Lawyer's getting a skin. I guess he does usually get crossover skins. He is kind of like the default character to go for. A lot of people know him because he is one of the first characters in the game. Everyone has access to him. Very weird, but I guess that makes sense. Do you guys think it's really worth me watching the Angel of Death anime, or do you think it's something that I can skip? Please tell me down below if I should watch it. If you're looking for an interesting Identity 5 video with some interesting concepts, then you should watch the video that's on the screen here, because it's got an interesting concept that ChatGPT made up